All right, it's Coach Kyle, Carolina Pickleball Club, and I'm going to do a little video analysis of our play and learn class. What we do in this video is we play out the point in live speed, and then we go back and analyze it. All right, kind of a crazy point here, so let's start with the serve. Kind of shallow serve, so the returner is able to move forward, take this ball. Short return, but I get it. Like when you're moving forward, sometimes you have to be really cautious to not overhit this, using the speed moving forward to send the ball out. But I think if we could just get this ball a little bit higher, let's go back. Yeah, I think if you could control that arm and just get that the height of that return a little bit, trajectory a little bit higher, you get a little bit deeper serve. So what we want to talk about is receiving the ball on the backhand side of our body with the forehand side of the paddle. So this is kind of dead center, and I think this works pretty well when your contact point is low. You can see right now the paddle face is pretty flat, so you're able to raise up and control this ball pretty well from that position. Pop that up just a little bit. And then this one is a little bit higher, and you can see where the paddle face is facing straight up towards the sky. So anytime this contact point gets above the waist, it's really hard to control that palm and get that palm forward. So when you're receiving the ball on the left side of your body, the backhand side of your body, and using the forehand side, then your contact point has to be really low. So I would want you to try working on receiving this more on the backhand side. I get it. You've used this technique for a while. It's been working. I just want you to be aware that when your contact point is a little bit higher, you're going to pop that ball up. So start working on the backhand side of the paddle on that backhand side. That's going to allow you to control the paddle face a little bit better. But any of those balls that are low and in front of you, that's fine. You can use the forehand side because you're able to control that palm. But as soon as that ball gets up a little bit higher, that's when it becomes problematic. All right, we're going to play this out. Serve, return, first volley. And I've got 2 points here, actually. So 2 topics in a single clip. All right, we'll break this down. So, all right, let's take a look at this volley. All right. So I like the fact that there wasn't much of a take back. Contact is out in front. As I bring this forward, as I frame forward, this ball is going to shoot off to the right. And the reason is, if we back this up a little bit, what we want to try to do on this backhand is we want to lead with the handle a little bit more. So when you start, when your handle and your tip are parallel and you start your forward swing, it's really easy for that tip to get out in front of that handle as you extend your arm. So what we want to do on this backhand is when we start our forward swing, we want to lead with the handle side, and we want to bend our wrist a little bit. And that flexion in our wrist is going to lag the paddle. The lag is when the handle is leading the paddle tip. And when you bring your arm, you extend your arm out in front, then that paddle tip is going to catch up. And then when you make contact, it's going to be flat, and also you're going to get a little bit of extra power on that volley from that lag because the paddle tip is going a little bit faster than the handle. So on these volleys, just remember, you did a really good job of staying out in front. Go back here. So contact out in front, I like that. We just need to lead with this handle a little bit more, and that will allow the paddle face to catch up and be square at contact instead of coming around and missing to the right. All right, next clip here, we're going to play this. We're going to play this out at live speed. Oh, I like the little dance move here. Let's take a look at that. Right here. Boom. Nice. All right, so let's go back and we're going to take a look at the return. I like the trajectory. That's nice. So as you can see, a good benchmark is when the third shot is happening behind the baseline. You did a really good job with the return, keeping it up high and limiting their options. Susan did a really good job of dropping this ball, but it was attackable. And let's talk about why we missed here. I'm going to back this up a little bit. Okay, on this forehand side, when your elbow stays close to your body like this, and you're bringing your arm inside, notice how the arm is coming to the inside, that keeps the palm upwards. So what we need to do is try to slide over just a little bit. Even it could be just a shift of the body. You can keep your feet where they are, and you're going to slide your body over just slightly and allow your elbow to go away from your body slightly, and then that's going to keep your palm flat. But when your elbow is tucked, it's really easy for that palm to go upwards, and that's exactly what happened here. Palm went up. Where the palm goes is where the ball goes, and ball goes out. So just on these forehand volleys, just try to get the elbow a little bit further away from the body. Try to send the arm a little bit more outwards, and that will keep that palm a little bit flatter because you need upward trajectory. This ball is dropping a lot. Your arm needs to go up, but when your arm is going up and the paddle faces up, then it's going to go out. So hopefully that's helpful. All right, next clip. All right, good job of getting this high and deep. The return, that was a great drop shot. And just, I highlight this because sometimes you do all the right things, like nice return, nice and deep. You get up to the line on balance here as you're receiving the third shot. So that's the other little checkpoint that we're looking for, is you're on balance before the ball crosses the net. Look at this. Look how low you're getting. And just sometimes things don't work out. But what's interesting about this is, again, you're taking this as a forehand. I think when the ball is coming from the side and you're the right side player, I'm just kind of defaulting to the backhand automatically. When this ball is coming to me, I just feel like I'm going to make this a backhand most of the time. You know, this is going through the middle here, and I feel like I have a little bit more flexibility, and I think it would just be a little bit more coordinated, and you have a better chance of making this ball. But you did all the right things, and oddly enough, I would think because you're so low and you're using the forehand side here, you would have actually popped this ball up. So sometimes just things just don't work out. You do all the right things. But I think when you're moving up and you're receiving the ball from the right side and you're the right side player, I just think I'm always going to go in default mode. I'm assuming I'm going to hit a backhand volley here most of the time. It's going to be really hard for this player to get it by me to where I'm hitting a forehand volley, because they just don't want to take those chances. They're going to go cross court middle, they're going to go down the line. They're unlikely to go to this angle over here. So I think that would be the advice here is just as you're moving forward, if you hit a cross court return, you're going to default to the backhand being in the right side player. All right, last one here. I think we've already talked about this one. And this is the runway on the serve. So let's take a look at this. We're going to step through it. Okay, this is about the extent of the backswing, so it's still right here by your leg. And I think if you were to just get a little bit more runway, then that's going to allow you to control this ball a little bit better. I do like the fact that you use the paddle face angle to hit it high, and your arm is at a speed such that you can hit it pretty high and it's not going to go out most of the time. But I think that short runway doesn't give you the ability to control the ball and win the collision. So I would just add a little bit of length to this serve, and I think you'll find that it'll actually improve your accuracy. Generally speaking, on pickleball, we don't want very long strokes, but most of the time we're receiving a ball that has velocity. So in this case, the ball has no velocity, and I want you to control and win that collision, and you're going to do that with just a little bit longer swing on that serve. So hopefully this is helpful. We'll see you on the court.